And welcome to another episode of Dos and a Half Cincos. This is episode number 87. This week we cover, as part of our movie of the week, we have a double feature. It's Escape Room. Did we lose Stu?
I see both of you, and you both said that you lost each other.
I didn't say anything, and David's mic is still...
Oh, there, he's back.
No, yeah. No, you're back, David.
I hear you.
I heard Ben.
What about me? You don't hear me now?
I
see now. Both of y'all.
Okay. This week we cover in our doubleheader.
We're just going to keep going.
Tournament of Champions and Space Jam: A New Legacy. But before we get into it, as always, I'm your host, David.
I guess I'm Stuart.
I'm Ben.
If we're still here.
Yeah, I don't know when this thing's going to cut. I don't know. Just
do it live. We'll fix it in post.
No, we're not. We're just going to leave it. We've never fixed anything in pros. Okay.
Post.
We'll
fix that in post. Fuck.
Man, it feels like it's been a while. But guys, did you guys see anything else besides the two movies of the week?
Indeed, I did.
Stu,
I finally watched Loki.
Oh, we can finally talk about it. Okay,
we can talk about it now. I think it was the better show out of the three they've done.
Agreed.
Okay, how would you rank it compared? So obviously that goes first, and then the next two. How do they go in order?
I don't know. I guess WandaVision and then Captain Falcon.
Okay, what about you, Ben?
The same.
Yeah, probably about the same.
Agreed.
It was actually pretty surprising how much better Loki was than the other. It was like night and day to me. Like,
what is it? Was it the writing? Was it just the?
I think it's the writing, and also, having Owen Wilson doesn't help, or doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Owen Wilson never helped any movie.
Yeah, wow.
Shanghai Noon, Shanghai Nights.
Jackie Chan had to carry his ass all the way to Carson City, and then Shanghai, or London, or whatever.
Shanghai or London, one of the two.
One of the two. They never actually went to Shanghai, did they? In the movies?
No, they
didn't. and it doesn't seem like they ever will.
Unless there's Shanghai something 3.
Shanghai Noon 3.
Shanghai ear.
Shanghai.
Oh, I like that.
Shanghai. I had a title for this episode queued up based on the movie titles, but now I want to use that one.
Shanghaier.
Can you shang me higher?
Well, maybe if you have a better title than that, or if it just let it ruminate around, maybe that'll make you help. So, Stu, going into the final episode of Loki, since everybody else has seen this, did you have any spoilers or anything like that? And you heard about who the big bad was going to be and like possible setups and stuff like that? Did that excite you?
No. Only that the only kind of semi spoiler I got was this was somehow going to be related to Doctor Strange, the Doctor Strange movie. I will say I was a little bit. There were two kind of disappointments for me throughout the series. One was the revelation that the evil Loki, or the Loki they were after, was just like female Loki. Because in the beginning, like they're in like France, and he asks like little girl like, "Who did this?" And she points to like this scary picture of like a demon. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's some scary shit, dude." And then it just turned out to be female Loki. So I was a little disappointed by that. Not that it was like it ruined the rest of the show, but. And then the other thing was like, all right, who's this guy at the end of time? And it's just a dude.
Yeah. I kind of had the same feeling. It was like they all set it up to be this big bad, right? And I get why they needed to do it, because for the rest of everything else in Marvel, right? But I mean, for the show in itself, if you just look at it, just the show itself, it's not very satisfying, because that like, they built up all this other stuff. I guess it would have made more sense if it was like another Loki or something. But
I was actually thinking like, oh man, I wonder if it's going to be just another Loki. Because I was thinking to myself, leading up to that, the last episode, I was like, it better not be some like goof troop, just fucking comic relief character. who's just like, "Hey guys, I'm here at the end of the time. What's going on?" And then that's pretty much how it played out. So yeah, I was a little bummed out by that.
That's just like Drax or something. Just like, oh, that's so that'd be awesome, but it was just like
I will say this
random whatever.
I've mentioned this before. I don't remember if I mentioned it on the podcast, but or I think I did. One of the things I really liked about this show though was how I kind of mentioned, like, I wish the shows or the movies had more callbacks to the foundation of the MCU, and this show I feel like had that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like the very first episode, you start off, you basically seeing, the events after the first Avengers movie. You get to see Iron Man, Thor, everyone's there. Really, I mean, it's just a clip from the movie, but still, that's the kind of stuff I was talking about. So
yeah, I think the show did like a really good job of encapsulating the whole previous 3 phases or whatever. It's like, hey, this is what happened before, and this is why it was really important. But now there's something much, much worse happening coming up. And I do like how it kind of sets that up and kind of gives us a glimpse as to what we should expect, Yeah,
you just gotta tie it all in together for us. Just don't just leave us hanging. Like, oh, let's not even mention anything about the previous, 50. How long was it? 12 years? 13 years?
Yeah, something like that.
Like some people, they've only been alive, then they've only known that superhero movies were awesome and box office, right? Like a lot of or the previous generation before us, they saw like the Hulk as a TV show or Batman as a TV show, right? Like comic book characters kind of were okay. They didn't really have this like coolness factor kind of surrounding it. I'm also wondering that because of the fact that Loki had gotten greenlit for a second season, that's what kind of allowed for them to lead into things, kind of go a little bit slower and allow them to develop a little bit more. Maybe that's the reason why we got a feeling that it was a little bit better. And also probably because they were invested in this one, since it kind of was like a linchpin. It like set up the next phase of, okay, for phase 3 we had Thanos. Now this phase we have King as the big bad.
Yeah. And I'm pretty excited to see what happens with him, just the implication.
Keep saying that word.
What are you implying here, Ben?
We're just going to prove them. None of them are in danger. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to see where this goes. So yeah, here's to Loki season 2. And I guess what if, like, there's a lot in like rumors circulating that what if might not be just a whole bunch of side stories that don't really matter. It might actually matter now because of of everything that's going on, So who knows?
Here comes the zany, wacky Marvel you all hope and love.
I'm still not sold
But what
on
if,
that.
Stu, what if
Nope.
Black Panther was Star-Lord?
Or what if Iron Man was a fish? Or
hey, I could throw darts at an idea board as good as the next guy. All right.
All right. Well, we're waiting.
Well, Stu, because it's Marvel, you're gonna love it. Okay, trust us.
I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it. You're
what
gonna
if
love it.
America was vegan. We'll find out today.
He would have got his ass kicked by everyone.
Or he would have had more powers because vegan powers.
That only exists in your stupid Scott Pilgrim, Michael Cera universe.
Comic book, graphic novel.
The Michael Cera universe.
No, the MCCU.
Michael Cera comic cinematic universe. Is that separate
MC2U.
From the non-cinematic Michael Cera universe, like graphic novels and
yeah? Or is there a non-cinematic universe for Michael Cera, like Michael Cera, like folk singer or something, or whatever the fuck he does in his spare time? Oh, God, wait, no, there's Jersey Shore Michael Cera. I forgot.
Gross.
What if? That's the what if series we've been wanting.
I mean, that's not really what if because it happened. It was Michael Cera in Jersey Shore.
No. More of that. Speaking of Michael Cera, Ben, I didn't know if you knew or not, but our friend of the show, James Chowtham,
Hey.
on the anniversary of Scott Pilgrim, you know those drawings that Michael Cera's character does, Scott Pilgrim draws of Ramona Flowers?
Oh yeah, you mean the Brian Lee O'Malley illustrations?
Yeah, he did one like live on Twitch, and they did an auction. So he entered the auction. He won that drawing.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my
so
god!
there's a little cool
I'm
artifact.
jealous.
And shout out. I'll have him send you a picture so you can draw.
Holy shit! No, just send me the pic. Just send me the whole thing. You know, just get it here. Holy shit! The fucking Brian Lee O'Malley illustration from the set of Scott Pilgrim. Damn.
I couldn't.
I don't think it's the official one.
imagine-
It was part of the other one. I think Michael Cera was the one who drew this version.
Oh, was it? Oh, he like made that
It was-
little scribble.
As part
okay.
of the like the
I don't-
30th anniversary, however long this 10-year
10.
anniversary.
10-year
Yeah,
anniversary.
so he was doing that. So
David.
that was part of it. So
Damn,
all
I guess
right,
as the only non MCCU fanboy here, I couldn't imagine anything less interesting than that.
a lock of Michael Cera's hair.
And what about it's a table napkin he wiped his mouth with.
See, that's interesting though, because like, oh man, what did he eat? What kind of sauce did he need for it?
A pen from the Residence Inn that Michael Cera stayed in while we were filming Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and it's out of ink.
Ben, you're clearly not that big of a fan because it's actually a Ramada Inn that he stayed at for the.
Yeah, he doesn't stay at.
Go shred your membership
places.
card right now.
Well, thanks for having me, everyone. I won't be joining next week. Goodbye.
Okay. Let's see what else is going on. Ben, what other movies or TV shows you see this week besides our back to back? Nothing.
Nothing except the rest of the whatchamacallit, the escape room movies.
Oh, you watched the
Movies.
first one after watching the movie of the week this week, Tournament of Champions.
Yes.
Wait, there's more than one other movie.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a one before that. You can't have a Tournament of Champions if you've never had an original tournament.
Okay, David, I need you to understand English words here. I said there is more than one other movie.
Oh,
Other movie. Who
there's
knows?
another movie?
Maybe. I knew that was going to be your fucking fallback.
Oh, come on. How else?
But I
about
kind of did
consistency
want to
here?
watch the first one, but I feel like, and this is kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but I feel like the second one gave me the rundown of what happened. In the first one.
Yeah,
I was like-
that was kind of the nice thing about it. I was like, well, I guess you didn't need to know what happened in the first one to be able to talk
Previously
about
on
the
Escape Room.
second one.
And I remember going again. This is kind of jumping the gun, but I remember going into the movie going like, man, I hope there isn't like stuff from the first movie I needed to know. And then I get there and it's like, here's all the stuff from the
Yeah.
first movie that you needed to know. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Okay. Okay. So, what was your thought? Did you enjoy the first one more than the second one? I guess
Who knows? We'll find out in the review.
next week's episode. in about 5 minutes. In about 5 minutes. Okay. All right. I really didn't catch anything else. Finished watching Blacklist. That was pretty much that was it. I finished Mythic Quest finally.
Oh, nice. What'd you think?
I'm sad because I don't know
Yeah.
what they're going to end up doing with season 3. If did they already greenlit season 3?
No. So that's
so
why
there's
they
possibility
ended it that way.
this could be it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, David. There's going to be another season of Always Sunny. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it was almost like they said that there was going to be another season of Serenity, and they never ended up doing that.
Don't worry, we got the movie. We got another movie too.
Summer
Sunny
Glau.
movie. You think Always Sunny would go out on
Always
a movie?
Sunny. Oh, okay. All right.
That'd be cool. Also, Dennis was in the Serenity movie, so
Oh, he was?
yeah,
It's
he
so
was-
crazy after seeing him in Mythic Quest. I'm like watching stuff. I'm like, what the hell? He's in this, and he's in this other thing. I was just like, man, he's had a pretty Rob McElhenney. He's had McElhenney has had a pretty wide like catalog of movies that he's been involved in. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Right now, we're going to go ahead and jump over to our box office rundown of the week. At number 1 this week is Old, with 16.8. Number 2, Snake Eyes with 13.3. Number 3, Black Widow with 11.6. Number 4, Space Jam: A New Legacy, 9.5 million. Number 5, F9: The Fast Saga, 4.8. 6, Escape Room: Tournament of Champions, down from number 3. Number 7, The Boss Baby: Family Business at 2.8. Number 8, The Forever Purge. Number 9, A Quiet Place Part 2. And number 10, Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain. So yeah. Stu, how many weeks did you say that you thought the Fast and Furious movie was going to... You said top 5 or top 10?
I don't remember. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Okay, well, it's already been 5 weeks, and it's at number 5, so it's not trailing very, very good for longer than 2 months or so. Black Widow looks like it's doing all right. If we look at the numbers from the previous week, last week Space Jam was number 1 with 31 million. Black Widow number 2, number 3 Escape Room: Tournament of Champions. So Fast Saga 4, Boss Baby number 5. So that's kind of what rounds it out. Those kind of like switch places a little bit here and there. Some bigger movies that are coming out. Anything of note, Ben? It's coming out next week.
There's a movie I want to see, but I don't know if it's actually going to crack top 10. It's a hard sell. It's The Green Knight.
Oh, I actually do want to see that.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Looks pretty good.
Looks like we found our movie.
Even though it's got that goofy dude, I can't get him out of my head from Hereditary. But
that's not him.
What? No,
that's not him.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. That's totally him.
No, it's not.
Wait. That's Jesse Eisenberg, right? No, it's
I'm
Michael
looking this
Cera
up right now.
It's Dev Patel, guy from Slumdog Millionaire.
All y'all look alike. All right.
Welcome to the last episode. I know we keep saying this, but this is...
Oh, come on. That's not the first time we've said all y'all look alike on the show.
I'm pretty sure we said that a bunch of times in the Rush Hour 2 episode.
You know, I could have sworn from the previews when I was just kind of paying attention to it like halfway. I was like, oh, it's that guy from... Because I saw like he had like a mole or something, and that was like the defining characteristic I had.
No, it's Prince Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Well, I will say there are two really big movies that are coming out this week. Number 1 is going to be Jungle Cruise. That is The Rock and Emily Blunt.
I'm very on the fence about that. Like, I want to see it, but at the same time, I'm like, it sounds really fucking stupid.
Well, if Jason Statham's not in this, that means this isn't a Fast and Furious movie, right?
It's not.
You don't like the Jungle Cruise ride?
Fast and Furious presents Jungle Cruise.
Boo! And then the other one is the Matt Damon Stillwater movie.
Yeah, maybe. Matt Damon. But yeah, like Jungle Cruise, might see it just because it has Jesse Plemons, and I can't get enough of that Jesse Plemons.
Who are these random people that you just can't get enough of?
Jesse Plemons! He was Todd from Breaking Bad.
Why'd you just say that then?
Okay, fine.
Nobody knows
Todd from Breaking Bad.
I guarantee
all right.
You ask 10 people who watch Breaking Bad.
Jesse Plemons.
And you ask them, how do you like Jesse Plemons' performance in the show? And they'd be like, who?
Todd.
Oh, why didn't you just say that, you fucking idiot?
Because Plemonade. All right. Up next, Jungle Cruise.
Or
next,
Paul Giamatti.
Green Knight. Oh, Paul Giamatti.
He is in Jungle Cruise.
Paul Giamatti?
He plays the alligator.
Nice.
Wait, really?
No, I'm just kidding. His name is Nilo. I don't know. I'm just
alligator?
I don't know.
You know, when I was a kid, I lost a lobster hat I was wearing on Jungle Cruise.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that you lost a lobster hat because like you saw Paul Giamatti took it from you or something.
Give me that hat, little shit.
I never forgave Paul Giamatti from that day.
Except for Sideways, that was all right.
Fuck, I only watched that.
Okay, all right. Let's see what else. Any other thoughts? So I will think about those 3 options, but I think we all might have already agreed on one, but we'll just leave the suspense till the very end. All right, let's go ahead over to our movie of the week this week. That would be Escape Room: Tournament of Champions and Space Jam: A New Legacy. Ben, tell us about Escape Room: Tournament of Champions.
Another entry in the Escape Room cinematic universe, Escape Room: Tournament of Champions, follows our heroes as they solve another series of escape room puzzles. This, of course, follows the events of an escape room, where our heroes solve a series of escape room puzzles. From there, they head straight into Escape Room, Haunted Mansion, where our heroes solve a series of escape room puzzles with a Haunted Mansion twist. Emerging from the mansion, we were plunged into Escape Room, Dr. Heffenstein's lab, where our heroes escape the zany and vile clutches of the sadistic Dr. Heffenstein by solving an escape room in a laboratory. And we all remember that fateful elevator ride out of the lab sent them directly into Escape Room, Curse of the Bayou, plunging our heroes into the swamps of Louisiana, where they had to break the curse of General White E. Blanc by solving a series of escape room puzzles. The curse was just the beginning, unfortunately, as it would chase them all the way to Egypt in Escape Room, Curse of Imhotep, where a shocking turn of events forces our heroes to escape from the tomb of none other than Imhotep from the Mummy.
What?
Oh god, was Brendan Fraser there?
And of course, who else better to assist our heroes in escaping this escape than Brendan Fraser himself? And because of Brendan Fraser's sacrifice, we were able to get to Escape Room, Escape from Taiwan. Personally, my favorite of the ERCU, where our heroes help not just themselves escape, but the citizens of East China escape to glorious China Communist Party by solving a series of escape room puzzles. And here we land in Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Later in the release schedule, we'll get an Escape Room Kitchen Confidential, Escape Room Dead Men Tell No Tales, Escape Room Puzzle to the Metal, Escape Room Pearl Harbor Strikes Back, and End of the Road, Escape Room Endgame.
Which phase is that in?
I think it might be 7, or who knows? Maybe that's a clue.
ERCF.
Everything is a CU now.
Yeah, I just gave whoever the fuck made this movie a
Dude,
great
you just
idea.
gave him 14 movies that on top of that after the two that they just made.
TM.
I really want to see Escape Room Pearl Harbor Strikes Back.
I want to see Escape Room Dead Man Tells No Tells.
I mean,
No, Escape from Taiwan. I want to see that.
Featuring Snake Plissken.
Yeah, pretty true. And they have to play basketball. The basketball's a bomb.
Did that happen? I don't remember.
I think that was in LA.
Escape from LA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember now.
Yeah.
That movie was a wacky adventure.
I'd watch.
All right. Stu, thoughts on Escape Room Tournament of Champions?
Well, as we alluded to before, I had not seen the first one, but luckily they gave you a quick primer on the event of the first movie. I thought it was fun. It was kind of like a fun, kind of Saw-esque style movie. People getting trapped in life-threatening puzzle rooms, trying to escape. It was like a fun kind of popcorn flick. I will say this. I mean, I did like it. It was a fun movie. I mean, it's not obvious. It's not great, but it was a fun movie. One thing I really liked about it was, for some reason, at the very end, even though I feel like I knew it was coming, like the reveal at the end still had me shook for some reason. So,
because you were hoping for a different outcome?
No, I don't know what I was hoping, because I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, I bet this isn't real. And then for some reason it still had me shook. I think what did it was that, like, I think it's like that thing that like Hitchcock invented, where it's like they zoom in with the camera, but they bring the camera physically closer to the
the vertigo zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing was like, I was like, oh god. So
I wanted to ask Ben, how did you need to fill up a trash bag at that moment?
Yes, but for a different reason.
Oh,
that's what he brings his snacks in to the movie.
You put more popcorn in here.
What's this popcorn? It's breath mints. It's mostly breath mints. Okay, Stu, ranking, rating. Sorry,
it was a fun romp. I give it a 7.
Okay, Ben.
So I know all their motivations because of that great previously on at the beginning of the movie. And man, I just don't really fucking care. I mean, it was like, man, I'm on like the other end of the boat here. It's like, I felt the movie was about an hour and a half watching 6 strangers yelling, "Hey, look, I found a lock. Anybody find a key?" And that was it.
So you're saying you didn't like any of those times we did escape rooms?
I like that, but I mean, if you want to watch strangers do it for an hour and a half and pay like $20 to see it, I don't think so.
But what if the strangers die when they fail?
Loxbeats. I don't care. I don't know who the fuck they are.
The gang solves an escape room.
Yeah. Oh, there was an episode about that, actually.
Oh yeah. D already did it, and she wants to make it seem like she's like smart.
Yeah. But that's what it was. I mean, it was just like them running around being like, hey, I found this thing. Does anyone have the other thing? No, I can't find it. It was just like an hour and a half of that. And, well, it was... I don't want to get too much into spoilers, but there was a part where they try to, like, flashback into scenes where, they had good times together and they wanted to kind of just hit you in the feels with that. And it was just like, there literally wasn't enough plot to do it. So they just replayed a whole bunch of scenes at the very beginning of the movie of them just driving and not doing anything. And it was just...
Remember all the good times we had? And then it's just like a few seconds ago.
Yeah. Hey, did you find that key? Oh, here you go. And then they just touch. But yeah, I don't know. This movie just did not do it for me. Maybe if you're like, I don't know, this is just something you're interested in where...
Wow.
Just,
Have you subjected yourself to the first movie after watching this one?
No.
Yeah, what was it about it that...
Wait,
about
I thought you said you did.
Yeah, I did, because I saw the previously on...
Oh.
Like, why would I need to watch the first movie after they gave me that whole spiel?
Yeah, exactly. Then why did you watch the first one?
I didn't watch the first
Then
film.
why did you say you did?
Because I watched that previously on, and I felt like I did watch it. Because it was basically the same thing.
You need to be more clear with your japes. In your
With my
joke.
japes? Oh, here's my japes. Here's my japes.
No,
This
put it
movie
away.
is exactly the same as the first movie, except... Well, actually, no, it is exactly the same, because nothing changed.
We'll find out, because that's our movie of the week next week.
No, it
is
better not
Escape
be.
Room Vanilla.
Holy fuck, I'd rather go and get trapped by those guys and never find the fucking solution to the puzzle so I don't have to watch the movie. 1 out of 10.
We're going to do a deep dive
Wow.
into
Okay.
the
ECRU.
I'm really mad. I
No,
hope
ERCU. Yeah, the
No one makes
Escape
those
Room
films.
Cinematic Universe.
No one makes those films. No one take it
Oh,
unless they pay me a lot of
I
money.
feel like I'm
harsh.
closer to Stu's feelings about this movie than I am Ben's. I mean,
I
there were
don't know.
definitely moments where I was just like, oh, yeah, they clearly set this up so that way they could barely make it out. But also at the same time, I was like, yeah, that was actually pretty creative. Oh, that's kind of interesting, right? As opposed to the kind of like gore fest that Saw has kind of become. Because the first couple movies kind of had the same feeling where it was like, oh, okay, if they ever do the challenges, but it's like instead about like this morality kind of thing where it's like, oh, we'll rip out your tongue if blah, 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 if you happen to lie a lot or, your fingers or something like that. This is more along the lines of like, all right, let's figure out the most diabolical way to turn an escape room, which happens to be a lot of people's like favorite thing to do now. It's like, oh, we don't have anything to do, let's go do an escape room. Well, just be careful, you might be sucked into one of these things, so don't get too good or else they'll challenge you and make you have to save your own lives. I'm with Stu on this one. I'm 7 out of 10.
Yeah, suck it, Ben.
I still stand with it. 1 out of 10, baby.
I thought based on your review of like your synopsis, I thought you would have liked a lot more.
Yeah, why would you spend so much time doing something that for something you didn't like?
I was
Wait,
thinking of
did
better
you-
alternatives. Like,
did
I would
you-
much rather see Kitchen Confidential or the Crypt of Emotep. That sounds cool.
What the fuck is Kitchen Confidential?
That's
It's
a
like they
TV
go to
show.
like kitchen school, and then
Wait,
they get
isn't?
drunk.
Oh no, that's Kitchen Impossible.
Oh,
where they go and they fix.
Impossible,
Yeah,
All
they
right,
go
hang
and they
on.
fix
We
the
all need to
like these
hash out
bad
what our-
restaurants.
Kitchen
Where they-
Nightmares.
Yeah, the
Escape
other
Room,
one.
Kitchen Nightmares. Escape Room,
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Escape Room.
Hang on, we all need to
Okay,
hash out what
stop-
our
stop
ideas
ruining-
of
Yeah, you're
kitchen-
gonna give
kitchen
it all away.
confidential
They're gonna be like, oh, "Wait, an escape room kitchen show? We should totally do that." TM.
No, see here, my idea of Kitchen Confidential was like a 1940s like noir like crime.
Where's
thing
that
where-
celery? See?
Yeah.
I was gonna do. I was thinking of putting one in where Escape Room like Casablanca or some shit.
Yeah. See the perp here got it with the 38 special at the back of the head. See?
Would you like to hear the other specials?
Yeah.
The salmon.
Yeah.
He's a detective and a waiter at the same
Yeah.
time.
There's 2 specials on the menu: the salmon and the 38.
Stu, you need to write the screenplay for this. I would love to see this. I want to see that.
Kitchen Confidential.
Kitchen Confidential. It won't be just the food poisoning that kills you.
Wow.
Don't let me write the tagline. Okay, all right. Let's move over to our next movie, which is Space Jam: A New Legacy. Stu?
Oh, okay. I guess we're just going right in.
Yep.
Oh, we'll do the. We're gonna do the spoiler zones
okay.
together.
Okay. I hope we don't get them crossed. Anyways, hey,
Over.
hey there, kid. Did you grow up in the '90s like us? And watch your favorite movie Space Jam with starring Michael Jordan and all your favorite Looney Tunes. It wasn't that a great time? Well, guess what? Here we are back again. Not with the basketball player you might have wanted, but he'll be fine. It's LeBron. LeBron's fine, I guess. And we're back for another wacky adventure. But there's not really, it's not really the same, although it kind of is. Because now there's we're in a computer now, and there's John Cheadle's an evil computer man, and he wants LeBron James to play basketball with Tunes against his goon squad, which honestly I feel like they could have done a little better with. But anyways, it was not like the first one. The first one was good, but this one was, I don't know. We'll get into it, but Space Jam 2: A New Legacy, starring LeBron James.
All right, Ben, thoughts on Space Jam: A New Legacy?
Oh man, this one's a little bit tough for me because it's like I don't know if I'm just old and not with it, or well, let's be real. That's probably playing a factor.
Kids, yeah, you're 30 now, so
Hey, it's playing a factor, but I feel like the movie was made by a bunch of old dudes that are just not with it, and definitely trying to Steve Buscemi, like, how do you do fellow kids this,
in an unironic way.
Yeah, in an unironic way. Like, looking at this movie adds the same strokes of the painting that like Warner Brother execs are kind of out of touch with their properties. They know they have like a gold mine of shit. They just don't know like why people like them, right? Like, we've seen this over and over and over again, like with like the DC brand, They keep trying to pump out all these like DC universe movies, and they keep fucking them up over and over and over again. And there's been like insider like stories about and different news reports about how the upper WB execs just don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, they'd be talking to like screenwriters, directors, and they just have no idea what the fuck they are talking about. There was like a story recently. I'm going to read you this really quick. It's a small snippet, and it was from the guy who did Man of Steel. This is a note that he got from the WB execs. He said, one note I got for was on Man of Steel, where the ending involves Superman utilizing the pod that he arrived in as a child in order to bring down General Zod's ship. Did you all see Man of Steel? Or
I mean, it's been a while, but yeah.
Yeah, so that was one of the major plot points. He uses his baby cradle to destroy General Zod's ship, right? So, the note we got back from the studio said, you have to change that. We asked why. They said, because if Superman uses that pod and it's destroyed while saving the city, how is he ever going to get back home to Krypton?
Oh my fucking Christ.
There was just a long pause, and we said, Krypton blew up. You saw 30 minutes of it.
The first part of it is them blowing up Krypton.
Yeah. So,
and also, that's just like general Superman lore.
Yeah, it's really bad. So this is just one story from countless other stories of WB execs just fucking shit up. So I think this kind of extends here too, where WB execs don't really know why people like Space Jam and try to retrofit it in something else that they didn't really understand. I want to get a little more into it in the spoilers, but because I do feel like it's a large part of the story. This movie honestly just felt like I fucking watched LeBron get a hand job from all the Warner Brothers for 2 hours. A 2 out of 10.
We the Warner Brothers execs are saying, well, we gave you guys asked for Space Jam. We gave you Space Jam. Why aren't you buying it?
Kids love basketball. Kids love
video games.
Kids love LeBron James.
Yeah.
What about you, Stu?
Well, I mean, I wanted to like it, but I think it's probably suffered too much from the thing that Ben was talking about, where nobody knows at WB what they're doing.
Like a lack of effort, almost.
Or, I mean, it's just like, I don't know where this whole, because like okay, so first of all, let's start at the top here. The movie was like almost 2 hours long. which is about 30 to 45 minutes too long for a Space Jam movie.
Mm-hmm.
And most of that was spent on shit that was spent on stuff that was not what made Space Jam, the original Space Jam, fun and lovable and cherished. They spent so much time on this backstory with the family and his LeBron's family and the father son dynamic. Nobody cares about that. Nobody wants to see that. That's not what people watch Space Jam movies for. Well, watch a Space Jam movie for. So I think that was kind of my big gripe with the movie, was all the elements of it that had nothing to do with Space Jam proper. I mean, there was like 30 minutes of it. So
score.
This really pains me to do this to the Toon Squad, but I gotta give it like a 4.
Okay, well, it's not a 2 or a 1 like Escape Room Tournament of Champions.
I cut out. Did Ben give it a 2?
Yeah, he gave it a 2.
Wait, what did you give it? I didn't hear that.
I gave it a 4.
He said 4.
Okay.
Out of 5.
4 out of 3.
For me, I feel closer to what Stu is talking about. I'm gonna give it a 5, only because there were definitely moments where I saw what they were trying to do. There was a lot of potential because they dipped into a lot of different of their intellectual properties, and I thought that they could have really expanded on a couple of them, or they could have, instead of just kind of like shoehorning this one thing, they could have done something a little bit out of the box, right? You're claiming it's a new legacy. Well, then do something different, right? Don't try to do half the stuff from the old one and then do the other half in the news. It's either pick one or the other, right? Either try to be nostalgic and try to match as much of it as possible, but obviously with their own story. But then also at the same time, do something new, or do just something brand new. I thought that that's what they were going to plan on doing, and I definitely saw them tailing in that direction. And then for some reason, they just felt like, oh, that's too far out of the box. Let's go ahead and pull it back in, and that's when it lost me. So for me, I agree with Stu. It probably would have been nicer if they had just chopped out some of the fluff in the middle, the like 15, 20 minutes worth of just randomness that I was just like, okay, what's the point of this? And then there was definitely some ideas that was just like, oh, that could have been a really great idea if you just kind of leaned into that direction more. So for me, it's a 5 out of 10. I mean, but yeah. I can't say I didn't enjoy it. I mean, there were definitely parts where I definitely did laugh.
I think it would have been better served if the movie just kind of like started with LeBron being sucked into some kind of, you know, Looney Tunes world or WB world, rather than spend 25 minutes
trying to
painting this,
legitimize it.
Trying to do this like, you know, not goofy, but like this like try hard emotional story with his son, which again is like, and he says it in the movie. Athletes are, you know, not actors, so it's like don't stretch him further than he already is going to be.
Yeah,
trying to make him like have some emotional depth to the movie. Like just focus. That's what was good about the first Space Jam. It was just like, okay, Mike, MJ, you're gonna talk to the Toons, and you're gonna shoot some basketball. You're gonna do some basketball, and then that's gonna be the movie. That's gonna be the movie. So you're gonna talk to your NBA friends, and then that's it. We're having problems.
Yeah,
it's okay. I'm sure the recording really won't reflect that, but yeah. Except to
the listener, because I'm not going to hunt down all these parts where the
episode. No. Just put it all together. You know what? Luckily, these were back. Luckily, we put these two movies back to back because clearly they didn't do so well. And you know what? We'll just chalk it up to WB executives were the ones who edited this episode. So
that sounds good to me.
Yeah. So that you can blame them for because Yeah, I think we can go ahead and jump over to the spoiler zone because I know that there's some stuff we wanted to talk about the escape room movie as well as Space Jam. I mean, is there anything else that we need to cover in this section? Probably not. Yeah, I think we said all we need to say. Yeah, if you like basketball, watch the last 25 minutes. You can skip everything else. That's why I feel like.
I do like a super cut of just like, because there was
cool
so we're in the spoiler zone now, so there were parts of it I liked, probably towards the second act, I guess it was, where they were going around to collect the team and they were going through all the different like properties. I thought that was pretty cool.
Harry Potter, Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and like I said, if they would have just kind of started there where he gets sucked in rather than spend so much time with this other arc, I feel
you know what they could have done is they could have just said, "Hey, you know, every year."
What?
Oh, you say you didn't like the what?
Oh, I don't know. I was saying that, and then you started talking, and then stopped.
Stu, what did you say you didn't like? Go ahead.
Let's see. What don't I like? Let's see.
Oh boy.
Bean sprouts.
No. Wait, what's wrong with bean sprouts?
They're terrible.
Yeah, you're right.
Bean sprouts are Brussels sprouts.
Why don't you just grow into a full bean?
Or just stay out my ramen.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot, what was I going to say? I don't remember.
The properties.
No, I like that part.
Yeah.
I really thought that they could have just developed a story around that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember now. I just didn't like, it was going to be, well, I guess this is a symptom of the original gripe is it was like, oh, we have this, father, son, oh, they're at odds. And then, oh, I'm going to play you in the thing. I was like, I thought that this is dumb. Like,
why
his son is just there
thing?
on the other team, just like, oh yeah, if we win, all of these people, including myself and my family, are going to be stuck here. I am cool with that.
He didn't know that until the very end.
I feel like he made it pretty clear at the start of the game because he announced it and everyone in the audience knew.
Oh, but maybe he was stuck in the tunnel and didn't hear that part.
No, don't make excuses for this.
I'm trying to make it sense, or else I have to drop the rating again from 6 to now 5, and then it'll go down to a 2 by the time we're done griping about stuff.
Wow, you really are defending this movie hard.
Wow.
Well, because there were some good ideas. Like Stu, you were talking about the intellectual properties and them collecting all these guys. It would have been really great if they just started there and said, "Hey, they're in WB's Serververse or whatever. They have a tournament of champions or basketball, whatever, right? DC Universe has been winning for so many years because they have Superman, they have Batman, they have blah blah blah, and then the Looney Tunes have always gotten their butts kicked." They're like, you know who we should recruit? We should recruit the latest champion, right? The NBA champion, LeBron James. And then suck him in. That would have been perfect, right? And then you just start from there. That would have been awesome if he ended up playing basketball against Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and, some of the other. And then it's like, oh, we need to bring in the Game of Thrones dragon or they had some really good ideas and had some pretty good cameos. That's the part where I was like, okay, you are really leaning into your strength. The fact that WB has a lot of properties, use that. And they stopped using it after a while. And they just kind of said, well, we're just going to lean on that. I thought it was funny that they had Michael Jordan show up and they're like, not A Michael Jordan, but B Michael Jordan. That was pretty good. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, I thought some of the acting from LeBron was a little bit flat, like you were saying, Stu, and
it was unnecessary. Player. If you would have just focused on the basketball part,
it'd have been fine.
It would have been serviceable.
Yeah,
just
it's not like you're trying to win an Oscar, an Oscar nomination for his. There was no way. Everybody so we were having Sunday dinner yesterday, and my sister-in-law had saw the movie, and obviously my wife had saw the movie with me, and was just like, he was falling down and he kept screaming. He goes, I was like, I think that's just how LeBron sounds. That's as authentic as LeBron gets. But yeah, I think for me that was probably the biggest thing. Was I think LeBron trying to carry the acting chops. I felt was like, eh. I also kind of felt bad for Don Cheadle. What is he doing there? And then Glenn is in the movie. Why aren't you using him more? Don't get it.
Yeah, David wants more Asian representation in Space Jam movies.
Dude, New Legacy. That'd be great if Space Jam, A New Legacy in China had Jeremy Lin instead of LeBron James.
Wait, why was he in there, actually?
Steven Yeun was there for maybe 2 minutes.
He's such a big name now. And
Sarah Silverman was in there for literally 2 minutes.
I love Space Jam. Can I be in it, please?
That's okay. I could actually see that.
Do you think he's upset now that he knows that was what he's tied to now?
I mean, that's
maybe.
Cool.
Maybe he didn't know about the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie, but
yeah.
But I did like all the zany Looney Tunes action, all their goofy stuff
Special
they did.
powers.
I was like, oh man, I forgot about this, and so it was a little nostalgic in that regard. But I will say this: I was disappointed by a few things, obviously, but one of the things I want to highlight was that they added Speedy Gonzalez to the team, and we don't even really get to see him play. You don't even see him play.
I think that's one of the weaknesses of this movie. I think this idea would, you guys said that you liked all that whole sequence of collecting all the other not basketball players, but all the other properties and everything, right, and going to their universes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think there was enough room to do Looney Tunes and fit all the other NBA stars all in the same movie. It was just way too much.
But they barely fit the other NBA guys.
On the other stuff, they could have.
Yeah, well, that's what it was. It was just well, fuck. It's when you get the basketball teams, it would have been cool, to have a basketball team with Bugs Bunny and Batman or something. But no, we didn't even get that. And I felt really fucking robbed.
That would have been awesome if they did the a tournament, but it was just Looney Tunes and they went and recruited NBA stars to join their teams. And they had a tournament.
Cool too, but we didn't get that. They half-assed everything, just they tried to cast a really wide net. It was I felt like a whole bunch of 40-year-olds got really drunk while brainstorming this movie and just asked the old question of oh, what do kids like these days? And they're they love superheroes and
TikTok
and video games and TikTok, and they love being woke, and let's do some of that, and Harry Potter. Wait, shit. What about the basketball and Looney Tunes? Oh, who cares? Let's just fucking put it in. And what about Game of Thrones? Everyone likes that. and the Matrix. Oh wait, do kids know what the Matrix? Oh, we own it. Let's just fucking put it in. Let's just do whatever the fuck we want. Let's put Iron Giant and King Kong and kids love Rick and Morty. How do you do? Hello, kids. That's how the whole fucking movie fucking felt. And did you all see Ready Player One? Did you all see that?
For
that
2
whole
seconds.
That whole movie's premise was to reference as much fucking pop culture as humanly possible.
But they did a good job in that one, though.
They did. I felt like this movie outdid it and did it at a much worse level. We didn't get any cool representations of any of the properties except maybe the Matrix. I thought it was really cool that they tried to imitate the camera shots from the Matrix, and they got LeBron to dress up in Matrix clothes. And they, it kind of tied in with the plot later on because Granny was doing, fucking.
He even had a bunch of guns on him.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But no, we got fucking Party City Night King in the background for whoever knows, how long, We got fucking Party City Harry Potter and Voldemort in the background too.
I know. They really should have just leaned into that more often, right? It's you go to each different world, and then that's where you picked up each Looney Tune. I would have been fine with that, but they didn't even do that much.
Yeah, it was really fucking weird, and you could tell that they really rushed this idea out, and they didn't get a lot of thought into it because some of the worlds were animated and some of them weren't. What was it? The DC Universe stuff was animated, but the Amazon world was animated, but it was also Zack Snyder Wonder Woman. Mm-hmm. So shouldn't that have been live action, and shouldn't they have gotten buy-in from all the original actresses and that'd been cool? A Gal Gadot cameo, that would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, it's all these little details that they could have they could have had Gal Gadot or they when they were in the they were at Metropolis when Superman stops the train. Superman's literally right there. Just get the guy who voice acts Superman to just say one line.
dude, none of them said anything. That was the really fucking weird part. Like, none of the DC universe, like, superheroes aside from Wonder Woman said anything.
Yeah.
They just showed up and they're like, hey, we're here. Give us money. And it was just like, what the fuck? What I found really fucking weird was that, all the Looney Tunes were pretty zany, pretty loony and everything. Like, it felt like every time, like, Lola Bunny talked, it was like walking on eggshells. I was like, man, we got to be really careful with what we do with Lola Bunny.
Well, it's because they don't want to sexualize Zendaya, okay?
Yeah, well, I mean, everyone's doing that already. But
Wait, Zendaya was the voice?
Yeah.
Was the voice?
Yep,
Oh.
that was Zendaya. And,
But isn't that kind of the premise of Euphoria?
Kind of. It's not like... I mean,
it's not
part of it.
hyper-sexualized, but I mean, she's... Yeah, you have to watch
It's just
this
supposed to
really.
represent what teens are going through. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because they do all of that, right? And they try to, like, center the Amazon world. And that's what I mean about, like, just handling her very carefully. They're like, oh, she's a strong, independent character and all that. And, we respect women. And then at the fucking game, they include the guys from fucking Clockwork Orange who fucking rape people.
Oh, I didn't see those guys.
Yeah, they were definitely there. I'm like, what the fuck? They fucking rape people. Those guys rape people. Yeah. So I don't know. Where are they going for? Yeah. They don't know. They just are like, hey, we got Clockwork Orange. People love Clockwork Orange. Let's fucking put them in.
Maybe making Lola Bunny a little spicy isn't all that bad in comparison.
Yeah, ticket sales are skyrocketing.
For Clockwork Orange, we have all these extra downloads right now.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it was.
I did like there's one last thing I'll touch on is as far as like the external, all the IPs that showed up to the game. One of them that I did like, and again, this would have just like tons of missed opportunities, was like at one point you just see the Mask on the sideline.
I know,
and he's just cool. Like they're standing there doing like his really quick like head motions, and I was like, oh please just get Jim Carrey to do like one line.
That would have been really cool. I thought the guy who was just doing the background movement for the Mask was doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, that's like he's doing all those like the really spastic, like really, he was just, it did a good job. But then they didn't capitalize on all these little opportunities they had.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like literally everyone else was, like I said, in fucking Party City, like costumes for everyone else, and they're just like, yeah, just wave your arms around and like try to do something. Like, Voldemort, holy shit, he looked terrible.
Party City Voldemort.
I would have said dollar store, but I guess Party City is another.
Or Halloween store.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Party City Voldemort. Party City Evil Wizard from movie.
Oh, yeah, you can't say the actual name because it'd be too expensive.
Yeah, I'm sorry, not Party City. Spirit Halloween.
Okay. All right. Really quick before we get going, any things you wanted to mention about escape room? I wanted to ask you, out of the like escape rooms that they were in, was there any that you guys would have wanted? I know that Stu at one point you'd asked, at what point would you have died?
Oh, right.
Right. Where would you have died in Escape Room Tournament Champions?
I think we would have. Oh, not just me. I think we would have all died. Probably in the bank room.
Yeah.
I'm
surprised that you think we would have gotten that far. I would have gotten the invitation and probably died right then and there.
I feel like the electricity one was like, it was like pretty straightforward. Like, don't touch the.
Nope. I would have been the guy who grabbed the pole, and then probably would have died right then and there.
Well, see, you would have grabbed it intentionally. He got like bumped into it and grabbed it inadvertently. So your dumbass would have just grabbed it straight up.
Hey, the train's moving. I'm gonna grab one of these handles.
Man, I'm so tired. Let me just hang on to the.
No, I remember the flashback where they got the invitation, the little cube thing. I'm pretty sure if that had a death mechanism in it, I'm pretty sure I would have died there. I can't solve any of those things to save my life.
Here's one of my gripes though I had queued up in my head for Escape Room. Was that this main character girl's like, no, we got to go back and take these people down. And what did they show up with? They show up with
nothing. Her
and her friend who didn't want to come, who she almost gets killed.
Yep.
And then well, at one point she did think she got him killed. But they show up, and I don't know what they were expecting to do. Even if they did find some evil corporation there, like, what are you expecting to do? Like,
they're taking him down.
With
I'm
what?
going to teach him a lesson.
That's what I'm wondering.
Scolding you.
Harsh language.
You're gonna take down this entire network because I escaped at one time.
Are you gonna do Facebook Live or Instagram story and expect
I'll
that's
tweet
gonna
it out?
help?
I swear to God.
No, it's like I was just thinking the whole time. If that were me, and I was like, "You guys, we need to go take these fuckers down." We're rolling up with like every gun I could fucking get my hands on.
For sure. Nope. That's not how we roll.
Like that first guy,
social media.
That first guy, that homeless guy who approached us. Oh, who are you? I don't care. Bang,
bang.
All right, we're going in.
See, but it wasn't you. It was them, and we just watched them. We shout like fucking. Who's got this fucking clue for 1.5 fucking hours?
There's numbers on everything.
Okay, that's why we would have lost that room.
Yeah, I actually did like that part a little. Yeah, it's like there's fucking numbers on everything. What the fuck?
Like, oh my god, this is too real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben, where would you have made it? Do you think you would have made it past the bank room?
I don't think I would have gone past the car ride because I'm not gonna fucking sit in a car that long.
Where were they driving from? They were driving all the way up to New York.
From I don't know, somewhere.
But no, I was kind of upset about how the way that movie ended. So after Tournament of Champions, what the hell is next?
Well, man, we got a rich catalog.
Super tournament. Oh yeah, Ben already went over it.
Yeah,
Dr. Hefferstein's lab.
What is even that?
Isn't that from Dexter's Laboratory?
No, what the fuck?
Oh, sorry.
No, it's Dr. Hefferstein, where he has a zany and vile creation that they have to solve in order for it to not wake up and they can escape from the lab.
Is that an actual thing? Can't tell if
I can't tell either.
Well, tune in for the next movie to find out.
Oh God. Okay. All right. We're getting out of this escape room at this point, or spoiler zone.
Escape this zone. This
spoiler
room.
I'm gonna make it really easy.
The key.
Nope, we're out. We're out. Here's the key. I'm running this podcast. We can go. All right. All right. Movie of the week next week. I think there's a consensus. It's going to be The Green Knight.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Guy from Hereditary.
Some Dog Millionaire. Stu, there's a break. Just pretend like you know.
No, I'm gonna lean into it. I'm gonna be like Chevy Chase in
Community. No,
except
he's the guy from Hereditary.
I'm gonna enjoy my role, unlike Chevy Chase apparently.
Okay, guys, next week it will be The Green Knight as our movie of the week. Guys, don't forget to tune in wherever you're getting your podcasts: SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dos1/2 Cincos. As always, I'm your host, David.
I'm Stuart.
I'm Ben.
Guys, don't forget to tip your Reiki masters. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet away from each other as well. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, bye.
Bye.